My content is not for everyone.
No, it betrayed off me, god darn it.
My content is not for us. Okay. Today's currently March 3rd, 2026. My content is not for everyone. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never give up on myself regardless of praying to my downfall, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions, regardless who's praying to get downfall. To the genuine ones, you matter, you're worthy. Never give up on yourself because someone to love you, respect you, or protect you, or meet you halfway, or along your potential. When you don't run from and get past, and you're not accountable for your actions, that energy hits different. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect.
And my constant boy, that's okay. No, it betrayed off me.
You know, the fact that they thought it was impossible, but you allowed yourself to be a believer when it comes to your conscience. Understanding your reality is different when it comes to maturing. They would never understand how you connected the dots when it comes to your blessings. Wasn't trying to fumble yourself when it comes to getting discouraged. They would never understand motivation is different. How you understood defense is different when God should protecting you from the enemy, low the devil. They would never understand how you truly actually pray. Your soul was never for self, regardless of praying to get downfall. They would never understand how you didn't have to participate in the he say, she say. Being different at the end of the day was part of your vocabulary. Being authentic. You didn't have to hate. You know, that energy is different. Dealing with folks at the end of the day that try to discourage you, or because you understood how to step for you, because God was showing you balance when it comes to your worth. It was never for likes and views of clout chasing or fame. They want to be lost in the source, but God should allow you to see why you overcame pain. You still being patient with time and day, healing open wounds from a childhood, going to adulthood. They would never understand your reflection. At the end of the day, your intuition is different. They said that folks ain't gonna respect you. They said folks gonna reject you. But when the right folks actually respect you, the end of they actually praying for the no malicious intention, that energy is different when it comes to your conscience. You know, become the best self vision of yourself. Never get discouraged because the devil or the enemy trying to discourage you to project hurt. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. It's not. It's not a crime to be authentic. I'm far from a hater.
No, it betrayed off me, and I say that respectfully.
You know, the fact that he, she, or whatever the case may be when it comes to their, sexual orientation, they want you to be in the mindset, not being focused. They want you to have the mindset, hold on one second, not having self-control when it comes to your discipline. They try to control the narrative all because you understood to have a different belief when it comes to being authentic, fall from a copycat. They would never understand the even exchange. Your prayers became your reality when it comes to your intuition. That hold on one second, I may not pray the same as the average person, but I'm willing to show for myself regardless praying to my downfall. They would never understand that God didn't like ugly, regardless who said I wasn't worthy of choosing my reflection when I knew how to take accountability for my actions. That motivation is different. How you got chicks and dudes praying on your downfall, all because you understood how to smile more, fix your crown. God was allowing you to see why you believe in your faith more, all because, hold on one second, you understood that testimony is different. Never give up on yourself because someone's praying your downfall, and I say that respectfully. That relationship is different. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. You know, the fact that you start to pour into yourself, half step and hold on one second, that discipline is different. That wasn't part of your vocabulary because you went all within. At the end of the day, they would never understand how God was protecting you right from left. Regardless to what next door neighbor, any tags bracket trying to pray you down for, doing magic when it comes to the full moon. They would never understand how you love yourself more. You know, you're supposed to be in a mindset, being a crash out, how you was someone's target, but God was showing at the end of the day, don't get discouraged. How the enemy or the devil try to test you, all because you understood how to move at the end of the day, not to confuse you. When certain folks that understand how you tied your shoe, they said that you don't know what you're talking about, but God should allow you to see why you pray to go within and be focused. They would never understand how you actually stand it when it comes to spiritual warfare, overcoming. You been dealing with it from a child point of view going to adulthood. They would never understand that calm energy is different when chicks and dudes try to antagonize you, all because you understood that, hold on one second, I'm far from a hate, I'm willing to choose me.
I take accountability for actions.
It's different. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I say you know, today is currently March 2nd, 2026. Never give up on yourself regardless of your downfall. My content is not for everyone. You know, the fact that they was trying to call you out, calling you an addict, putting little herbs in your body, but you wasn't trying to hurt yourself, let alone your neighbor. Everybody's vocabulary is different when it comes to healing, trauma, and pain. Hold on one second, even verbally, and I say that respectfully, mentally, physically, emotionally. You got little scars, you put a little something on it when it comes to some ointment. They quit to call you crazy, slow, stupid, and retarded, little dirty. They pick and choose who can put little narcotics in their body. Hold on one second, especially when the devil's not trying to poison you. That energy is different. You know, they pick and choose who they want to control the narrative to try to paint you up to be the fool. You ever had that person that came into your life? They had a good day, but they was willing to still treat themselves right. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. That emotion is different when it comes to someone's self-control. Hold on one second. I do got discipline.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second.
You know, chicks and dudes, they pick and choose. You smoke a little herb or whatever the case may be, they pick and choose who they want to bully to control the narrative. Or because you understood I wasn't playing someone's verse psychology, mind games. Why would I want to shortchange myself of my own pain? I want to actually heal to understand growth is different, mature and act in my body weight. I've been dealing with spiritual warfare from a child point of view, going to my adulthood. Hold on one second, I am my biggest cheerleader, regardless you don't understand my belief.
I'm far from a hater, uh-huh.
You know, they dish you, disrespect you. You put a little ointment on your face, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. Cause certain chicks and dudes ain't even comfortable in their own skin. So they gotta dish you, disrespect you. You put a band-aid on a pimple, whatever the case may be when it comes to your scars. They would never understand that, hold on one second, I was trying to love myself to heal another day. At the end of the day, how chicks and dudes pick and choose who they want to bully, trying to control the narrative, all because you believe in faith they can relate to. That was being comfortable in your own skin when it comes to your reflection. You know, that doctor, that lawyer, that psychiatrist, didn't matter their tax bracket when it came to their job description. You know, that person that get up every single day, regardless if they got a 9 to 5 or not. They actually showing up for themselves at the end of the day. Yeah, they put a little herbs in their body when it comes to, hold on one second, I wasn't trying to abuse it. I was just trying to understand balance is different because everybody's mindset ain't the same when it comes to hurting themselves, when it comes to hurting their neighbor. Hold on one second. I say that respectfully, you know, because you pick up a little joint or whatever the case may be, they quick to say that you mentally unstable, dysfunctional, whatever the case may be, so they can control the narrative, try to abuse their authorities. It didn't matter they tax bracket when it comes to, hold on one second, that innocent person speaking up for themselves. Who would have knew that you was far from bent out of shape? Hold on one second, when it comes to, hold on one second, you choosing yourself. How chicks and dudes will project on you. They trying to shortchange your growth, but they couldn't take God's spot at the end of the day because God was putting you in position to love yourself when it comes to your faith. Hold on one second. I ain't pushing God on nobody, but being authentic, never lose your rhythm when it comes to stepping because that energy has different being authentic.
Infiltrate over me.
You know, people pick and choose who they want to bully. You pick up a little herbs. You don't drink. You ain't doing no hard narcotics, but you do got folks at the end they wearing a mask, trying to plot on your downfall, trying to make sure at the end that you don't prosper, so they gotta spike your herbs at the end of the day, saying that you're a crasher, but that wasn't part of your faith. That wasn't part of your future at the end of the day. So you mindful and you wise when you actually cop. Hold on one second, you'll be so surprised with praying on your downfall, all because they don't want you to participate in self-love when it comes to someone's faith. You know how many individuals lost their self-love for themselves? Or don't even know who they are today? All because of jealousy, envy, insecurity, because someone decided to spike someone's drink, someone's narcotics. Or because someone was beautiful and talented and different. Or because someone actually knew how to step. You know that man, that woman, that bought that Benz that day, didn't matter what year it was, someone who had a couple of dollars, how someone was plotting the back at the end, they trying to rob them mentally, spiritually, and financially, let alone when it come to their family, all because someone was jealous and envy and insecure at the end of the day. Sometimes it takes a group, sometimes it just takes that one individual that has the mindset of trying to kick someone down, all because they don't want someone to prosper when it comes to someone own understanding their own faith. You know, God's favor. Someone got up every single day to understand their rhythm, love language. This type of stuff actually happens. Didn't matter if it was a lawyer, because they smoke some herbs too. It be the trend of thought for me, because people pick and choose the end of the day. Hold on one second.
Oh, not you. And the trait off of me.
You know, that therapist that use it for chronic pain. You know, that entrepreneur, regardless of their job description, at the end of the day, they wasn't trying to abuse it. They was just using at the end of the day to hold on 1 second to make them smooth when it comes to relaxing. They wasn't trying to hurt themselves. They was just hold on 1 second. In their own little world. They wasn't trying to hurt themselves or others around them. That energy is different. How chicks and dudes will pick and choose who they want to bully when it comes to narcotics. And I don't mean no hard drugs. And I say that respectfully. How this type of stuff actually happens when folks try to kick someone down or because someone understood how to maintain a smile. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. It's not. Today's currently March 2nd, 2026. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. My content is not for everyone. It's not. You know, the doctor gave you a prescription. You decide to wear it when you felt like it. You know, regardless if you went outside to go from point A to C, you got folks looking at you crazy, but you comfortable in your own skin when it comes to your reflection. You know, when you got your little tooth pulled or whatever the case may be, you had to run to the grocery store, but talking about you don't want to get that air behind your tooth at the end of the day, but you actually had to move. You had to actually make sure you had the proper nourishments in your body so you could actually elevate to have the proper strength when it comes to energy. Had folks looking at you right to left, but you didn't care because at the end of the day you was confident in your own skin. You know, did it matter the situation at the end of the day? When you comfortable in your own skin, you ain't worried about he say, she say. When it come to your reflection, if you're having a good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, or a sick day, you ain't trying to hurt your neighbor or yourself when it come to your intuition. Hold on 1 second, you was far from hating. You know how this type of stuff actually happens. How people pick and choose who they want to bully. When it comes to someone's credentials, when it comes to someone's self-love, when it comes to someone's balance, they talk about you ain't trying to get your life together, but you putting the footwork in, and no one wants to hold on 1 second, someone's praying to get downfall, because they don't want you to smile more. It's a single thought for me. You know, my content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. Hi to the genuine ones with no malicious intentions. See, the comment section was just there. I guess they removed it again at the end of the day. You know, gang stalking awareness is really real. No, for real. You heard that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Monday, self-love every day. Tuesday, self-control every day. Wednesday, motivation every day. Wednesday, choose yourself when they overlook you. Friday, you matter, you're all worthy. Never get discouraged because they got malicious intentions. Saturday, far from a hater. We ain't the same. Neighbors, stay in your lane. We ain't haters. We ain't all haters. No, for real. Sunday, never get up on yourself. You are the blessing within. They will never understand how you believe in FAITH, the light within you. You fall from a curse. Love yourself, don't dim your light. No, for real, never give up on yourself. You are my sunshine. You are a blessing. Never let a hater dim your light. No, for real. Never let a hater dim your light. No, for real. Love yourself, don't dim your light. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. No, for real. Hi to the genuine ones with no malicious intentions. Hi. You know, domestic violence, racism, discrimination, hate crime, gang stalking, violence, and hate crime is really real to your household. And you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. You know, gang stalking is real individual monitor your day-to-day activities. You know, try to project fear in you, hack your devices, you know, reroute your mail, your packages, monitor your day-to-day activities. You know, they will even control your devices when it comes to your settings and all types of stuff when it comes to your IP address. They're calling your devices and make it seem like that you're mentally unstable. They're quick to say, oh, you are narcotics or whatever the case may be. But hold on 1 second. People pick and choose who they want to discriminate against, let alone bully. No, for real. And especially when you're a truth teller. No, for real. You know, when you're trying to prosper in life at the end of the day,
Never allow someone to discourage you regardless if they're a hacker or a gang stalker or they discriminating against you or they projecting racism towards you or they trying to bring violence into your life at the end of the day, all because you decided to step out your comfort zone and understand Faith. I love myself, nothing's in my life. You're mad and you're worthy, never get discouraged. You know, when you decide to take accountability for your actions, you don't run from your past at the end of the day, you're gonna have folks trying to get you locked up, put you in a cyborg, or try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, or even try to energy harvest off your energy. They would even try to plot scenes to try to bring harm towards you. You know, individuals from your past at the end of the day would monitor your day-to-day activities through individuals monitoring spirits. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, hate crime, violence, discrimination, and racism. But never give up on yourself regardless if you're a content creator or you're an entrepreneur or not. Never give up on yourself. No, for real. Gang stalking is real to your household. You're mad and you're worthy. Stop the violence. Gotta go.
I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. You know, the fact that they slept on you, but you wasn't trying to get discouraged at the end of it because God was to allow you to pursue happiness within. They would never understand your blessing when you understood that, hold on 1 second, that motivation is different. You turned pain into something they can relate to. That was confidence. You allowed yourself to not to be insecure because someone's projection. You understood why you understood that, hold on 1 second, hope, but then didn't have to pretend being authentic. You know, they was trying to project a hex on you, doing rituals under the moon, but hold on 1 second, you was far from a crash out, being a truth teller. They would never understand that you didn't have to get discouraged because someone was praying to get downfall. How this type of stuff actually happens when chicks and dudes don't want you to smile more. They don't want you to believe in your faith. They want you to be discouraged. They already prayed on your crash out moments that ended because they was plotting on you since day one, all because you understood to maintain a smile they can relate to when they try to poison with their malicious intentions. They would never understand that self-love is different. How they would never understand how you had to believe in hope because, hold on 1 second, it was certain chapters where you almost gave up on yourself. But that testimony has different when God you allowed you to see why you stepping for yourself. Your biggest cheerleader when folks wasn't rooting you on. They said that you wouldn't prosper in life, but God was really treating you right. You've been dealing with spiritual warfare from a child point of view going to your adulthood. They would never understand how God was really protecting, didn't have to sell your soul alone to the devil. That energy has different when God was really showing you different types of levels. Levels at the end of the day. Hold on 1 second. Self-love hits different. You know, self-control, they would never understand that, hold on 1 second, the enemy was trying to call you up, but you didn't get discouraged. How motivation allowed you to see every single day was your potential. Choosing yourself when it comes to your reflection, that energy is different, how you matter, you're worthy. Regardless to who was hating on you at the end of the day, projecting their insecurities, you didn't allow yourself to dim your light when it comes to your own way. And I don't mean narcotics. That energy is different when you fall from a hater. They would never understand giving up wasn't part of your vocabulary. Regardless at the end, they was praying to get downfall. Regardless to what neighbor it was, regardless to their tags record with their bad habit, when they was gang stalking you right to left. How this type of stuff actually happens when you God protect you. They said that you the issue at the end of the day. They try to take God's swag from you to make money off your reflection, your intuition. But you was far from lost, and the right people didn't have to go up against you because they actually saw that the grass was green on the other side, praying for you, not against you. They ain't have to hex your life when it comes to elevation. That energy is different. They would never understand how you truly stepping, how you've been dealing with situations. They would never understand how you function, how you had chicks and dudes trying to poison your operation. But you understood that growth is different when God was showing at the end that you are worthy. Hold on 1 second. They would never understand you was far from hating. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no misintentions. You know, gang stalking awareness is really your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views. Domestic violence is really real to your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views. Racism, discrimination, hate crime, and gang stalking awareness is really real until it's your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or clouds of fame. God was known for likes and views or clouds and fame.
No, alone for sale. Every trade though, we all don't play the same, but okay.
My content is not for everyone.
Now, every trade don't be only for yourself.
You know,
That's the part when the devil wants you to stop. They want you to get so lost in your balance when it comes to your throat chakra. They didn't want you to prosper. They want you to be in a mindset at the end of the day, dimming down balance to them. because they wanted to control the operation when it come to your self-love, but you was far from pretending. They was trying to make you rob. They was trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, trying to make you homeless, trying to paint you to be the villain. All because, hold on one second, your vocabulary is different. You got a couple of scars they can't relate to. Confidence. How did you overcome what they put you through? Hold on one second, was far from a joke. You wasn't part of someone's ritual. How this type of stuff actually happens because we live in a spiritual world. How chicks and dudes will pray and get downfall, talk about ain't nobody gonna hear you, but God never overlooked you when it comes to your gravity, when it comes to your potential, how your world is different when it comes to self-love. Hold on one second. Loving yourself, continue to pour into you. It's gonna be folks that's not gonna understand how you tie your shoe. They going quick to say that you don't know what you're talking about. When it comes to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments when the devil or the enemy's preying on your downfall, how you didn't have to participate because someone didn't know how to smile more. They want you to be discouraged in a mindset, not having hope. But hold on one second, being discouraged at the end of the day.
No, Evan Trey told me I wasn't giving up on myself. Nah, Evan Trey told me all be yourself.
Entertainment purposes only. So this is currently March 2nd, 2026.
No, Evan Trey told me.
You ever been lying, you been minding your business or whatever the case may be?
No, Evan Trey told me.
You ever decide to say, let me get my life together?
Entertainment purposes only. Evan Trey told me, how the fuck you get kicked out of anger management, bitch? It's the Trey told for me.
Only the have to hold on one second. This motherfucker got the nerve to say, this is your consultation or whatever the case may be. You looking around looking for anger management class or whatever the case may be. You decide to step into a group.
Why the fuck did you do that? It's the Trey told me. There's too many motherfucking people around here. Y'all got too much issues. What the fuck? How when you lost them,
you ain't that bad off.
It's the Trey told me. Once you start hearing everybody shit going around or whatever the case may be, goddamn, thank you God for being patient with me.
No, for real. You decide to find a number in the newspaper, whatever the case may be, call. You're speaking to the receptionist, the receptionist, whatever the case may be. Hey, good day. I'm looking for anger management class, or whatever the case may be. They explain it's a group setting.
No problem. I'm going to show up on Monday. Hello, what's going on? Hello.
No, for real. You get there within getting there. It's about 15 motherfuckers amongst you. This motherfucker still cheating on his wife. This motherfucker still don't know if they gonna go at the end of the day.
No, the Trey told me.
This motherfucker wife done left. This motherfucker decided to say, you know what? I wanna be a cheater.
Everybody's a fucking cheater. What the fuck going on here?
And the first thing you fucking do is speak up for yourself and say, I'm in the wrong motherfucking class. I don't cheat.
And the Trey told me, well, bitch, you trying to cheat my fucking when it comes to my attention span, 'cause I ain't got time to waste today. What the fuck?
I didn't sit here to be some motherfucking therapist. No, for real, because motherfuckers want to figure out, how do you stay committed to one person?
It looks right on me. All eyes on you now. Hello.
It's not that hard to just be with one person. Be with someone that you actually fucking like.
Hello, that's it. Ain't nothing to it but to do. Hello.
My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless of praying to my downfall or let alone threatening my life. And I say that respectfully. I'm far from a hater. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for
everyone. Hello.
Entertainment purposes only. It's the Trey thought for me. You ever mind your business and you got put into a situation that you wasn't supposed to show up for?
No, ever Trey told me. What the fuck?
No, for real. You ever had that one parent or whatever the case may be that likes to cheat?
It's the Trey told me so bad. No, for real.
This motherfucker took him out, come meet me at the car, whatever case, I gotta give you a couple of dollars. All right, no problem. I was on my way out the door anyway. What's going on? Entertainment purposes only. And you get to the car with the against who the fuck is this?
The Trey told me.
When you know all your folks, friends and shit, but this motherfucker look a little suspect. Oh, this the one you cheating with? Oh boy, oh girl with?
It's the trait of me. Shut the fuck up.
No, it's the trait over me. Why would you put me in an uncomfortable situation where I gotta repeat this now?
No, hello, 'cause I'm about to tell all your business, bitch. Hello.
This fool realized at the end of the day they participated in the wrong conversation, but then the relationship been over. Make it make sense. How you in a relationship with somebody else and you with somebody? You know, when parenting goes wrong at the end of the day, when they realize they fucked up your childhood, when they realize at the end of the day, you know, you had a better heart
When it comes to relationships, because, bitch, you wasn't that smart. It's the trait of me.
No, for real. I never understood that bullshit. A parent could cheat or whatever case may be, bring you around a new person, and expect you to be P's and Q's with the motherfucker. Bitch, I don't know you, and I'm not trying to get to know you.
It's the trait of me, and, bitch, you won't be the fucking last. Trust me, the same way you got him, the same way you fucking gonna lose him, dummy.
No, for real. It's a trait over me. When you know, you know. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. No mother, no father. The energy is different. No mother or father should ever get a phone call because someone lacks self-control to project domestic violence, racist discrimination, or gang stalking awareness of someone's baby when it comes to hate crime, let alone violence. Or because someone didn't understand and stay in a lane. Or because someone knew how to take accountability for the action when it comes to pursuing a happiness. That door was closed when it comes to someone's past. Did the individual have to know them or not? No. But no mother or father should ever have to get that phone call because someone lacks self-control. And a mother and father is speechless because of the fact that they're trying to figure out why. Why their baby? Why jealousy and envy and insecurity? Why heck someone's child's life because of animosity? Or because of jealousy, envy, or whatever the case may be. Or because someone is insecure. How this type of stuff actually happens. And no mother or father should ever lose their child due to someone's lack of self-control. And I say that respectfully. You know, my content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. You know, no mother or father should have their child stripped away from them due to someone's lack of self-control because someone wants to divide a household and paying a mother to be unfit, unstable, or trying to make a mother and father feel like their voice does not matter when they speak the truth. Or because someone the energy off of someone's baby's energy. Or because someone divide a household to make a child feel like someone doesn't love them or respect them when a mother's praying for that child's safety to come back home every single day. And a mother and father showing up every single day regardless if they came from poverty and pain. They didn't have the proper love. They didn't have the proper tools of someone protecting them or showing up for them. But there was a prayer warrior and they still are. They're a provider, a protector. And they show up good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. Or because someone lacks self-control and they want to control the narrative to make a mother and father miserable. To make a mother and father feel like they're not worthy. You know, my content is not for everyone. You know, regardless if you're a content creator or not, never get discouraged because someone's gang stalking you, or someone is hacking your devices, your accounts, or someone's trying to project a hate crime towards you, or someone's trying to project violence towards you, or someone is trying to take credit for your creativity, or someone is trying to project discrimination or violence towards you, all because you decide to step out and understand your reflection, to step out on faith, to become your best self-vision, yourself regardless of came from poverty and pain. Never give up on yourself when it comes to chasing your dreams. And I mean your reflection. And I say that respectfully. And especially when you're authentic and you're far from a hater, let alone a copycat.
No, it's the trait of me. Never give up for yourself.
My content is not for everybody. Never allow a man or a woman to threaten your life and say that your voice does not matter because they decide to take your kindness or weakness. And they're willing to project negative energy towards you. Never ever get discouraged because someone's trying to project fear in you. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just because moments. Call your energy back. No negative energy. Call your power back. They will never understand how you're stepping. It was never jealousy, hate, or insecurity. Trying to become your best self-vision of your soul, even when you didn't have the proper role model in your life. Who would have knew at the end you wasn't trying to shortchange yourself when it comes to your future? Confidence. You got chicks and dudes minds in your every move, praying on your downfall, all because you understood that, hold on one second, hope hits different. You've been dealing with spiritual warfare from a child point of view going to your adulthood. Hold on 1 second. They would never understand God's direction. When God was protecting you, you ain't not pray the same as the average person. But having hate and mindset at the end of the day wasn't part of your vocabulary when it comes to better days ahead. You never had to look at your neighbor like competition. Insecurity, at the end of the day, wasn't part of your vocabulary, regardless of your scars. At the end of the day, it was never competition when it comes to actually healing. Still being patient with time and day. They would never understand you have to get physical when someone tried to antagonize you. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I am my biggest cheerleader, regardless of praying to my downfall, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. I am far from a hater. Never allow someone projection to stop you from being comfortable in your own skin. Just like just putting ointment on your body. Or,
Now it's a trait though, but you was a kid or whatever the case may be. When you know, you know.
entertainment purposes only. When you had to go to that goddamn schoolhouse and before you had level, whatever the case may be, regardless if it was below 30 degrees or 25 degrees or whatever the case may be,
Your parent and your guardian, whoever was watching you that morning at the end of the day,
they put all that goddamn Vaseline and shit all over your face. Not only was you hot,
but there's a trait on me. They was smart. Ever trait on me.
You know how when you had certain children and then they was picking on you, bullying you? But allowed you to see, as an adult, never give up on your reflection. Never allow someone's insecurity allow you to dim your light. And I say that respectfully. Regardless if it's ointment, Vaseline, it doesn't matter if from a doctor or not. Never allow someone's insecurity or someone looking at you because of your culture, saying that you're dirty, you're this, you're that, or you're an addict because you put ointment on your skin. And I say that respectfully. Because an individual quick to judge you and call you homeless, call you a bum, call you this, call you that, because you decide to go outside and put ointment on your face from the doctor's prescription, or because you decide to say you want to heal. Everybody's transition is not the same when it comes to healing trauma and pain. When I say scars, regardless if you was part of a hate crime or not, and I say that respectfully. You had an open wound. You had to put a Band-Aid on your face. You had to put a Band-Aid over your eye because you had a cut. Or you had to put a Band-Aid because you got hurt at work. Did it matter the time of the season? No. But insecure you wasn't, because you know why? You allowed yourself to accept the healing process when it comes to open wound. That regardless to if it was your fault or not, at the end of the day, you allowed yourself to heal. You wasn't worried about he say, she say. How you was eating your lunch that day. How you was loving someone at the end of the day to someone that was loving you back. Never allow he say, she say discourage you, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. I am far from a hater. Don't nobody own me, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15. I post throughout the day. And I would never get discouraged because someone is praying on my downfall. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Continue to call your energy back to the genuine ones with no malicious intentions. I don't push God on nobody because my content is not for everyone. It's not. But when God sends the right people into your life, the grass is actually green on the side. Individuals ain't trying to hack shit like they don't look at shit like competition. The respect is an even exchange. Who would have knew that folks could truly be equal without the hold on 1 second less pain? Your past fumbled you when it came to certain conversation being real at the end of the day. They would never understand how you step in that hold on 1 second. Your boundaries is different today. The energy is different. You have folks that didn't see your potential, did not love you, respect you, protect you. You never said that you was perfect, but you was willing to get yourself together when it comes to whether when God's pointing in the right direction. Maturing is different. Taking accountability for your action, not running from your past. Hold on 1 second. Everybody's obstacle ain't the same, but when the right people walk into your life, they don't compare their pain. They not trying to outdo you better than you when it comes to hold on a second healing time and day. They ain't trying to hex your life when the better days ahead. How chicks and dudes act in their body weight. Regardless they came from poverty and pain. They wasn't trying to project stagnant when it come to better days ahead. They want you to continue to maintain this smile, to continue to fix your crown, regardless praying your downfall. Who wouldn't that folks are truly pray for not against you? That energy is different when it come to your weather, when it come to your world.
That ever tricked on me. Mm-hmm.
I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. When they look into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. You know, giving up was never a part of your vocabulary. You know, pour into yourself when it comes to your reflection. They would never understand you was far from sleeping on yourself, regardless of praying to your downfall. It was more so ring, ring, ring. He say, she say. They would never understand that you didn't have to have hate in your vein. They would never understand how the doctor didn't have to diagnose you with all that gravity at the end of the day, because you understood how to heal. They would never understand the even exchange when God was truly working on you, when the doctors and the nurse at the end of the day was truly cheering for you, regardless of praying to your downfall. They would never understand how God allowed you to see being patient with time and day. Wasn't trying to hurt yourself with words when it comes to a future that certain folks can't relate. You found peace with hope, but then regardless of praying to get downfall, chicks and dudes want you to be stagnant, but God allowed you to smile more. You've been dealing with spiritual warfare from a child point of view going into your adulthood. Why would you want to relapse at the end of the day? And I say that respectfully when a thing called life.
No, ever tricked on for me.
Someone didn't love you, respect you. They labeled you this, they labeled you that. But you was willing to pick you to be your biggest cheerleader. That energy is different when it comes to having boundaries. Chicks and dudes can never respect it. Certain ones. All because they think that you're better than someone when you didn't have to hold on 1 second. Be on the same page. What they lack of self-control, what their insecurity, jealous, and envy or hate that mad their culture when it came to their religion. All because you understood how to better yourself when it come to God's potential. Then have to sell your soul when it come to better days ahead. Did I say it already?
Ever tricked on for me.
I love to talk about love, and I say it respectfully. Love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. It was more so simply beautiful. Who would have knew that someone didn't have to dim your light when it came to you being beautiful, handsome, walking into a room at the end of the day, someone sees you, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, they was far from getting tired of you because they was willing to love you. Bringing peace into your life wasn't complicated. They wasn't trying to fund besides protect you when it comes to the right person. Hold on 1 second, conversation. Someone didn't have to mislead you at the end of the day, because actions spoke louder than words when someone truly allowed you to heal time and day. That balance is different when you believed in faith. Who wouldn't let someone pray for not against you? That energy is different when it comes to time and day. Y'all didn't have to pray the same, but God was cooking something up. Divine timing is different when God truly allowed you to see that someone could truly love you properly. Who would have knew that someone would be on the same page, bringing peace into your life Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. That swag is different. That energy is different. How your past ain't part of your future. Your past tried to spin the block, but God was showing you what God was God rejected it when it comes to your future. God allowed you to see that at the end of the day, I ain't gonna hurt you dim your light when it comes to your blessing, your intuition, while you chose your reflection, loving yourself another day. Almost gave up on the love the problem, but God allowed you to see why you're so beautiful. But then God opened certain doors in your life they would never understand how you actually step in when it comes to hold on 1 second. Better days ahead, your intuition is different. Wow. You gain the love of a best friend, a business partner. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same when it comes to hold on 1 second. Someone praying not against you. Someone didn't have to dibble and dab with spiritual magic to get your time and day. When it comes to being authentic, genuine, and kind, at the end they respecting you. Loyalty went a long way. You know that he say, she say. They said that relationship ain't gonna work. Only because the hold on 1 second, God was putting in work. God was protecting the devil and the enemy when it comes to this level of love at the end of the day. Authentic. Who would have knew that your dreams would truly come true? Hold on 1 second. They say fairy tales ain't true, but yours was. The energy is different. Finally, someone sees you, respect you. Y'all come from two different worlds, but who would have knew that someone could truly complete you? Everybody's not ready for marriage, but when the right person walks into your life, they ain't trying to dim your light. The energy is different because they wasn't trying to have the cake and eat it too. Hold on a second to project insecurities on you, besides pouring to you in the most healthiest way to better days ahead with the right person for you. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself. And I say it respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless of threatening my life or praying to my downfall, and I say it respectfully. Domestic violence, racism, discrimination, gang stalking, awareness, violence, and hate crime is really real. If you're an entrepreneur or not, never get discouraged because you have hackers that's hacking your accounts, your devices, or whatever they're doing in the background, or they work in certain departments in the day, or they're gang stalking and monitoring your day-to-day activities, or they trying to take credit for your creativity. Never get discouraged, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. I would never hurt myself regardless of praying to my downfall or disrespecting me, and I say it respectfully. I'm Naya, Gino Respect. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I am my biggest cheerleader, regardless who's threatening my life, saying,
Ain't nobody gonna show for your stupid ass. Ain't nobody gonna show for you BIT, say you whack and you corny, you ain't nobody.
God continue to show up for me every single day, regardless of what community, county, country, zip code. At the end of the day, I would never stop showing up for myself at the end of the day when it comes to my reflection, regardless of praying to my downfall, and I say that respectfully. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from my head to stop the violence in the community. Misunderstood and judged by you, far from my head to stop the violence in the community. Peace and respect, so respect your neighbors to the ones. You may want to know them, you're not gotta go neighbor, know them, you're like, stop the violence. You know, regardless if you're a content creator or not, never allow a hacker, because they try to shadow ban you, take credit for your work, give up on yourself. And I say that respectfully. Do not give up on yourself. Regardless who's reporting your page, your channel, your videos, or who's gang stalking your minds and your day-to-day activities, or who's hacking your accounts, your emails, whatever the case may be, to make you feel like that you're supposed to be insecure, you're supposed to give up. Never give up on you. Regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not, never give up on yourself. And I say that respectfully, regardless they reroute your mail, your packages, or trying to get you locked up, put you in the cyber, trying to blackmail you against you, never give up on yourself. Individuals say you ain't got support at the end of the day. When you choose you, you're your biggest support. Because the right people see you, hate you, respect you, with no misintentions.
And they don't got time for that jealousy, envy, or hate. Nah, no straight on, be yourself. Call your energy back, no for referral.
No negative energy. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just because moments. Never them you like, call your energy back. Never them you like, call your energy back. Love yourself. I'm Naya, genuine respect. It's not a crime to be authentic. Peace and respect, so respect your neighbors and the ones you made it with them. You like, gotta go there, them. You like, stop the violence. My comment section was just on, and someone turned it off because I never turned it off. But I would never hurt myself regardless to who's trying to blackmail me against me and try to pay me out to be something I'm truly not at the end of the day. And never get discouraged because you decide to put little herbs in your body at the end of the day. And someone's trying to control the narrative that you're mentally unstable or you're crazy or whatever it may be. And that's not even the case. Because everybody doesn't use herbs to abuse it. It's a train of thought for me. And people pick and choose who they want to bully. It's a train of thought for me. Always be yourself. Awareness. Never give up on yourself when it comes to your reflection. I'm naive on the spike. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone and I always have since day one. You know, regardless who calls me crazy or trying to control the narrative of when it's within the day, I would never stop choosing me. I am my biggest cheerleader. And I say that respectfully. I'm far from a hater. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Always be yourself. You're mad and you're worthy. Peace and respect, so respect your neighbors. You like, gotta go neighbor, you like, stop the violence. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. And I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, along with my Heavenly Father God. My soul was never for sale, and I'm far from hating. I don't work with the devil.
No, Evan, straight on me. I ain't no hater. No, I don't care about fucking about your tax back over. You got going on straight. We all don't pray the same, but I don't respect my neighbor. And God was never for sale.
I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. 43 minutes into this video. Always be yourself, no intentions, not the violence.